What the freak? This stuff wasn't supposed to be here for another 24 hours. If that rain over there moves a little bit closer, we just wasted $7 an acre on a good bit of acres. We literally just cannot win this year, no matter what. I had it. I'm ready for winter. Bring winter back. Tired of growing crops. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, plans have changed yet again this spring. Seems to be the story of our life this year. I thought about all we had going on late this week was we were going to try and get the last bit of those soybeans planted because we got rained out the other night and get that sprayed and probably take the weekend off. Probably going to be the last weekend we were going to have for a while, but that's not going to happen. The forecast has changed yet again. More rain next week. And some more rain is not what we need right now, but we got rain coming in Monday, I think rain coming in Wednesday, rain coming in Friday. So we've got a lot of spraying we've got to get done this weekend because might not be able to get it done next week like what I was planning. Got to finish up the soybean planting. Zach ran out of spray, got a little dab to spray there. Got a little bit of our replant corn up in Madison County that we're going to hit on the way back, just to make sure we're not going to have any weeds come up in it. We've got corn nitrogen we got to put on all of our replanted corn. It's getting about the right stage. We've got a test product from Corteva. We're going to spray on about 80 acres of corn. It's supposed to be a biological that introduces a certain bacteria into the plant to help the corn produce its own nitrogen. So we've got a test trial of that going in. We got a plant, and then I wasn't going to do it yet, but we've got to spray our cotton. Our cotton looks like absolute hell. Temperatures since we planted it have been cool. Last week or so, it's also been wet. Been a lot of cloudy days. We've got a stand of cotton on the majority of our acres. We had to replant about 18 acres, but we got an adequate stand on the rest of it. But literally, it hadn't done anything in the last week and a half. It hasn't grown. It's just sitting there, and it is looking ugly. It needs some hot, dry weather to get it up and going. But one of the early season pests that we face in cotton is thrips. And even though cotton's really not at the right stage to spray for thrips, you really want to wait for the first true leaf to come on before you got to worry about thrips. You can look down the plant and you can see just it's almost a microscopic little bud down in there. And we don't know if we're going to be able to spray it next week for thrips. So we're going to go ahead and hit it for thrips now. Hopefully give that cotton a jump start to come on up. Honestly, at this point right now, I don't know how much of the cotton we're going to be able to keep. I mean, it looks that bad, and it's just sitting there. It's getting farther behind every single day, and I don't know what we're going to do with it. I know right now the only thing we can do to it, rather than making a decision right now, is to give it time, try and give it all the help it can get to get up and growing. So we're going to spray. We're going to spray for thrips tomorrow. And another problem is I've had impossible time sourcing enough of the product I want to use for thrips. Historically, we've used acephate to spray for thrips early season for years, and it's done a good job, but in recent years, its efficacy has gone down. I think thrips are getting some kind of resistant to acephate, so it's going to switch to another more expensive chemical, but I was only able to get enough of that chemical to cover a little over 200 of our 500 acres of cotton. So we're going to go with that chemical on 200 acres, our earliest planted cotton. Then we're going to switch to acephate and just hope it gives us some kind of protection, just something to get this cotton jump started because it desperately needs it right now. Anyway, we got over an inch of rain the other night that knocked us out soybean planting. We're trying to give the ground as much time as we can to dry, but still have enough time to get all this spraying done this weekend that we need to do. So after lunch, I reckon we're going to fire the sprayer up and try and get a lot of that done. In the meantime, I'm doing a little bit of office work here. Something we're required to do each year is report our crop acres to the Farm Services Agency. And that allows us to qualify for, you know, any kind of benefits, any kind of programs, stuff like that that the government offers. So something that, a program that just came out just a couple of days ago, completely brand new, never been done before, but they've introduced a program to where if you planted cover crops on your farms, you can qualify for up to $5 per acre off of your crop insurance premium. Well, that naturally applies to us. We got cover crops on every single acre that was not planted to wheat. So you're talking about $1,000, get $5 per acre off on that. I mean, you're talking about $5,000 right there. So what we're doing right now is going through, we got all of our maps from the Farm Service Agency, and we're reporting the cover crop acres. We're also reporting the cash crop acres on where we've already planted. We got to go through every single farm has multiple fields, and we got to let them know what kind of cover crop we planted, the planting date, you know, what type of rent we got on the farm, what the cash crop was, the planting date of it, and also exactly how many acres down to the hundredth of an acre is in each individual field within that farm. So it's pretty intensive on what we got to do. I've done it enough though. I can make pretty quick work of it. So we're going to finish filling these maps out up until lunchtime, try and get it done and scanned and emailed back to the Farm Service Agency, because this new program, we found out the cover crop acres have to be reported by June 15th. I mean, that's 10 days away. We've got a lot to do, getting close to wheat harvest, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked out of the way to make sure I'm able to qualify for that. Then hopefully I'm gonna go finish up the soybean planting. Zach and Kelly be doing some spraying. Then once I finish up with the soybean planting, I'll either get on the water truck or the sprayer, or do a mixture of both, and try and get all those spraying operations done that we gotta get done before the rain comes in Sunday night. Well, there's only enough room for 2 people up in the cab of the truck. Roger the short straw. Right down here in the field. Maybe I'll do my best team wolf impersonation while I'm up here.
Alright guys, we're finally back out here after we had a pretty significant rain event in the past 48 hours. We are back out here trying to finish up this farm with soybeans. I actually ran shy on chemical, so I've got to come out here and touch up the last little bit, burn down for Matt, and then we are going to be running like chickens with our heads cut off. I've got a little bit of spot spraying to do on some corn ground right up the road. We're going to have to do a full clean out in between what I'm spraying now and the corn ground. I've got to get back to the shop, put the drop hoses back on to apply nitrogen to the 90 acres that we took out of cotton and put into corn. And then after that, I've got to pull the drop hoses, and I've got to get set up for cotton. We've got first shot of cotton to spray. Right now we're trying to, honestly, we're trying to figure out what cotton we're going to be able to keep. We've had a lot of emergence issues out of this cotton we planted. We're trying to get everything killed out that we can, so that we can figure out if we are going to have to and how much replanting we're gonna have to do on cotton. But anyways, it's gonna be a run for the next 36 to 48 hours to try and get everything situated. That way Monday we can jump back on getting everything serviced and ready for wheat harvest coming up. So it's going to be an eventful weekend on the farm.
All right, we got back here in the tractor. We the planter looks like it's completely fixed. Everything is back in the green like it's supposed to. We transferred half the seed from the back hoppers back to the front hoppers because we put everything back in the back hoppers when we switched to wide rows the other night. Kelly and Zach getting loaded up. Got a lot of spray in front of them. I'm gonna try and knock out these last, I don't know, 15 acres or so. Get this thing back to the shop so Carter can get started washing on it, because I was finishing up in the mud the other night and I don't like a dirty planter. So
changeover number 1 done. Got the last little bit of that burned down spray, now getting moved over to the cornfield right down the road where I've got to do a little touch-up spraying where we've done some replant, and then back to the shop to mount up the drop hoses for nitrogen.
all right guys, here it is, last pass of full season soybeans this year. Hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully this is the last time you'll see me on the planter this year. Now again, we're not done planting for the year. We still got wheat to harvest. Got about 500 acres of wheat to harvest, and we got to plant beans behind that. But that's going to be Kelly's job because I'm going to be on the combine. So, like I said, hopefully this is the last time you see me on the planter until April of 2022. I hope this is the last time that I'm on the planter until April 2022. Been a heck of a planting season. Been a lot of times I thought maybe I lost my green thumb, because right now with the difficulties we've had and the way some of my crops look, I don't even know if I can plant and tend to a garden right now with my luck. But anyway, seeds in the ground, let's pray the good Lord blesses it, it comes up and grows and it produces. So get this back to the shop and then see what Zach and Kelly are up to and see what I can do to help them along.
All right, mix number 2 done for the day. Now we are going to try to get out of the mud bog down here. This bottom is notorious for holding water. All right, back at the shop, fueled up. Hurry up, Kelly, we gotta go, go. Hurry up, let's go. Get the drop hoses. Yeah, that last farm had a boatload of ticks on it. Anyways, get the drop hoses, strainers, orifices, all that good stuff. Get it all mounted up. Nitrogen time.
On previous videos, Matt likes to talk about how he hates a dirty cab, and he's always cleaning a cab. But let me show you Exhibit A, B, D, C, hates a dirty cab, but how long has that been sitting there? The shop. Hates a dirty cab. I wish he'd hate a dirty shop. That would make my life so much easier. It would make our lives easier, especially with the shop.
I'm not in this segment.
I'm not in this segment. I just work here. No, but I mean, I'd like to show you all that even though Matt likes to clean his cab, he don't like to clean up after himself in the lunchbox area. Oh, Kelly will get that. Oh, Kelly will get that. And then there's, oh, he's so sweet. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I just had to do it. So now we're gonna put these bundles on. Zach has organizational skills. And the little bundle goes in the center. And the big ones will go on the outside frames because, yay, for organizational skills. So this is, what are we doing this for? 130 acres? 90. Oh, no.
97.
97. Plus the corn maze, but the corn maze isn't getting.
That's corn.
The corn maze isn't getting. Yeah, it won't get the drop hoses. Drake, you're in the way. Drake, you're always in the way, sweetie.
All right, Zach and Kelly got all the hoses on. Now we're gonna get them all lined up in the middle. All right, you're over just a little bit. You're over just a little bit this way, so we'll cheat them that way a little. There's the replant corn. It looks okay. Not the best stand I've ever had, but definitely a lot better than what it was. All right, got them all positioned now. Gonna make sure that they all putting out and purge the beam with chemicals and fill up fertilizer. Once we see the blue coming out, we know it's full of fertilizer. All right. Leaving a nice little stream out there. See a little bit of that old corn that survived. Remember, if I mentioned this in the first corn side dressing video, but all this nitrogen we're putting out, we're rating the amount we're putting out based upon seed population. Again, it's just another effort to put just the amount of product that we need in the right place in the amount that we need. You know, our thin areas where we didn't put as much seed got a lot lower yield potential, so you know we don't need to put as much fertilizer out there because the corn won't be able to utilize it. And then in the better spots, you know, we put out a lot higher rate because the ground's capable of using it and producing a better crop. I think we're variable rating anywhere between 15 gallons an acre and 35 gallons an acre. Total we're shooting for, you know, about 110 units of nitrogen on our real lowest yielding ground, and about 200 units of nitrogen on our highest yielding ground. You know, we generally figure on about a pound of nitrogen per bushel per acre to make yield. Some years we can get that a little bit lower, especially if we got good nitrogen production from our cover crop. Our last fill up of the day is to get the replanted corn and should get the corn maze done. We're going to bump the rate on the corn maze up to around 50 gallons an acre or so. Get about 185 units of nitrogen on it. Then we'll be back out here early again tomorrow. Get all these drop hoses off and get started spraying some cotton. Try and get all that covered tomorrow. Alright, well, Zach's spraying out that last load. We're gonna get the water truck filled up for tomorrow. And while it's filling up, I reckon I'll go get started editing another video. 3,200 gallons through a 2-inch hose. Takes a little while. Maybe this winter I'll be able to upgrade to a 3-inch pump and hose, make this process a lot quicker. Man alive, what a beautiful sunset. And I'm sure Dylan Joyce would approve of what's in the foreground there. The old 4440. I tell you what, we've had one of the most frustrating months over the last month that we've ever had, but it's times like this that God gives us a reminder of how blessed we are to be doing what we're doing, where we're at, in the country that we're in. Sometimes we tend to lose sight of that though. Finally got over here to the corn maze. 7 acres left for today.